Did we all finish?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. I finished too soon in the week, so hopefully I remember.
Same.
I finished on Saturday, but I feel like I can't remember anymore. That's
It's
even
just
worse.
so quick.
But I liked it. I remember liking it, so that's something.
I know I'm like, am I going quick because I like it, or I think it is a bit shorter than some
Yeah,
of our books. Like it's on audiobook, it's only like 2 hours or so.
Hmm.
yeah. Um, one of the things, her aunt. Oh, oh, sorry, I thought I disappeared. The pop-up just took me out. I was like, damn. Her aunt. Do you guys think that's real?
That her
What do
aunt.
you
What?
mean? Like the
The
gift?
the the suicide?
Oh, I
Yeah, that was kind of shocking. I was thinking maybe she had cancer or something. So,
And part of me is like, is it because she couldn't be with Vera? Like, you know how that's like one of the main things that they kept mentioning with the aunt? And I'm like,
Mhm.
or, you know how we said, did she fake it to be with her?
Ooh, I
I'm
didn't.
still kind of like skeptical.
Yeah.
mm.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I don't know. I don't. This book doesn't seem like there's twist within a twist. I feel like that was the twist.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, she was definitely withholding that. And then she kind of alluded that she like found her on or saw her on
Maybe,
the chair.
On the, yeah, yeah.
maybe that's why it was hard for Clementine to go back to her aunt's apartment if she passed away that way.
Yeah.
But then Vera's like still writing her letters. So what's that about?
Yeah, that part. Hmm.
And then remember she got the package from her aunt, but that like disappeared.
That's the
hmm
part where I'm
That
like,
is weird.
how?
Maybe one of her friends picked it up and is saving it for her.
Because you know how when they were trying to step outside,
hmm
what's his name? James. I prefer James now. James disappeared, and because he was in the past, right? So I'm like, what if that package was from the past, but somehow
Oh.
like maybe there was a glitch, but I just think that's too much.
hmm
Too weird that someone in the present was able to give it to her, and then she's like, my aunt. So that's why I'm kind of like skeptical of like, is the aunt really gone, or is she in some other dimension?
That would be really interesting. And it'd be kind of nice to think that maybe she's happier somewhere with Vera, but at the same time, like I feel like it's kind of like a big disservice to her remaining family if she was gonna do that and leave them with that trauma.
Yeah.
And the Vera letter was addressed to her aunt, right? Not like
hmm
to her. But then I just still feel like the aunt almost set her up with this guy, although she said the rules don't fall in love. But so I'm like, did she plan this all out and like
Yeah.
commit suicide? Like, was it totally planned out? I don't know. I
Mm.
think like the food truck couple is pretty cute.
They're
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
They had a good friendship.
I like that they came up because it's like the story of the friend in the beginning, and now you see it in reality in the present. And
hmm
yeah, I think I like that part.
I think it helped make James or Ewan seem more down to earth, like since he is kind of different in the present than what Clementine remembers, having those friends still like kind of shows. Like I think that you can tell a lot about a person by who they hang out with. So um that kind of he had them before and he has them now. So I feel like that's something that's been a constant for him, which is nice.
Them mentioning Clementine, I think was
Yeah.
perfect. I was like,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
To be like, oh,
oh, this is a
sorry.
lemon. It's like, what was it? Oh my
Like starts
darling, oh
singing
my
the song.
darling.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
Yeah, that is the song. I didn't even like, yeah, that's the song, right?
yeah, that's a song.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that
Yeah.
in forever.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. I think that's why I read it so fast because I was like, ooh, all
Yeah,
giddy.
it
And
kept
then
you
it's like,
keeping you going, yeah.
yeah. The weird part though, it's like he's being like very like he's in a way distancing himself or like obviously they don't have that chemistry in present and then like she goes to her apartment and then he's there and then they like hook up like that's so weird and then she comes back
Yeah.
she's like oh yeah and then he's like jealous of
Yeah.
himself that's
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Knows,
Yeah.
like
Always
he knows
doing
about the past. Do you think that maybe he's just like he has to let it play out? Like he can't tell her what happened, that they didn't keep in touch after 7 years.
yeah but what
Okay.
like yeah I think he's
Yeah.
definitely holding back
I think, okay, he kind of implied
that he
that
knew.
he knew about the
Mhm.
7 year thing.
Yeah.
But then she was like, oh, I must have told him this night. But she didn't tell him, but that's when they were trying to leave together and
Mhm.
like he disappeared. But I'm still like, how does he know? Like,
Maybe something happens after.
Yeah. I understand that he was also time traveling, and but they both did
Mhm.
tell each other for a certain time, and then he was the one that said it first. But then she believed him because it's happening to her too, and he thought that she wasn't going to believe him.
Like
Yeah.
Vera right
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah that's what I think that's why I'm like are you connected to her in some way
Yeah.
yeah, because didn't he say that he had seen her when she was 22?
hmm
Which would have been even before, right?
and his mom was like calling him a lot, right? And
Oh, on the phone?
hmm
Oh, you're right.
The first interaction, I think, yeah, she was calling him, and he said, "Oh, I'm with a friend," and then the mom was like,
Oh,
"Oh, a
that's right.
friend."
Don't
Mhm.
elope. Don't elope somewhere else.
yeah, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
How does he know that? What was in that package? Is that package coming back? What's in the letter?
We need more clues.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of section left, so I really hope it's not disappointing ending.
They're both gonna be
Yeah.
like, we love each other, and then they're both gonna go separate, like time universes.
Like, are they gonna get his cookbook? Okay, is she gonna tell him you should not write a cookbook, you should write like an autobiography in your real self and your home cooked meals, not these fancy meals.
What if that's a thing? Like, what if she says that in the past and he gets mad? No, I feel like his past self is too lovey-dovey that he's not gonna
Mhm.
like that's not gonna be the thing that breaks him. I want to see what's keeping the distance now in the present.
Yeah.
Because at first, I think she was very like, "Oh, he doesn't want to see me. There's something happened between us." But it seems like he still like is really into her. So,
Mhm. That's the part I'm confused on too. I'm like,
yeah.
more information. Also, like, what if something happens, he doesn't do the book, and then like her whole company tanks, including her career and her friend's career. So it's very dramatic.
Well, he also said, didn't he say that he had to sacrifice a lot, including relationships? So
Hmm.
maybe he just chose to focus on work and
Then,
didn't see anyone.
mm,
Also, his like deconstructed lemon pie, I feel like she inspired that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he had his grandpa's lemon pie recipe. But
Mm-hmm. I know. I just love that nickname. It's just so cute.
yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I kind of was super behind, so I caught up all at once. So I don't know where you left off last time, but when she met him and he was like lemon, I was like,
It is cute.
Yes. Yeah, I think
it's
we
just
ended right after that.
yeah,
oh, I see.
yeah, yeah. It's and the thing is, he was being flirty. He was, like it wasn't like I don't like you, or like you hurt
Mhm.
me, or like,
Mhm.
something like that. So,
He's not being super standoffish compared to what I thought was
mm,
going to happen since because of how he acted, because of how he acted at the beginning when they first met in the present future.
Yeah, clearly it's one of those things where like she interpreted it a certain way, but that wasn't you know, what he was really feeling.
I wonder if we're gonna get any of the future. Because you can go past or future, right? 7 years.
Hmm.
And we've only gone to the past.
Oh,
What if they end up together and he comes to the past to see her?
have more future him and
If
older.
if they end up together and living there.
Mm. I don't know what would happen then.
And who has control when to go back and forth or back in time and the apartment? That's just weird. But hey, maybe.
Apartment is messy.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
apartment
and like
loves drama.
and the pigeons. What's with the
I was
dang
I was
pigeon?
literally gonna think, what if the pigeons have something to do with it? They're
Yeah,
always
because
the
they
same.
are talking a lot about those pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a third character, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll figure out some sort of other role of how the apartment operates and try to use that to get themselves in a place where they could be together. Like a loophole.
Let's see.
Yeah, I like the book. It's super light,
Mm-hmm.
although it has heavy subjects, but
But it's not
quick
like we're
read.
lingering on that. Like it's like there's grief and stuff, but it's not, I think it's not described so deeply where you are put in her shoes and you're like, oh my gosh, now I'm feeling like I'm grieving, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. At first I was like, no, I don't know. I can't remember if other people who read it weren't giving it a good review or if they were. I can't remember, but for some reason I felt like it wasn't going to be good, but I like it. Hey, the birds are also in the front. Why would
Mm.
they do that? The You know what? The birds are the ant and Vera.
I
Yeah.
was just
Is
thinking,
Oh,
it? That's I'm wondering.
but I was thinking it
wow.
in a dark way, like where their souls are trapped within the birds.
Oh, and then their souls will be trapped.
And then next is gonna be I'm just going very dramatic. I don't really think so.
Just a
And
This is
cycle.
gonna turn into a horror movie at the end.
You
then
have like
next it'll be
Like
Clementine.
Black Mirror. It's like a
oh,
Black Mirror episode.
to be able to leave, you have to choose the next people who go in. Oh,
That's all
Yeah,
said.
totally sounds like Black Mirror.
I don't think this pretty yellow, all like cute book is gonna turn that way, but imagine.
You slip
That's
That
into
would be
a
wild.
bird
crazy.
and become them forever.
Oh God, I'm reading the chapter titles.
Okay. What's the chapter title? Is it a spoiler?
Okay, the next one is Second and Final Bid.
Ooh.
What Never Was. All Too Well.
Taylor Swift?
10-minute version?
Yeah. 2 weeks notice. Is she gonna quit?
Oh,
Or is no, he can't quit. It's his own like
Taurus season. The Last Goodbye.
the last.
Ghosts.
That's a Nicholas Sparks movie, isn't it? Book.
okay, so the last goodbye doesn't sound like in my head, it doesn't sound like last goodbye between like, but I'm never gonna see you. It's more like
Be
Death.
with her forever. Dead.
Death. Like the last goodbye, like this is it, bye.
Or
Oh,
maybe
Maybe
her
from the
and her
end.
aunt,
Oh, that's
oh,
true.
maybe her aunt will come back. That's
or
like,
her aunt and Vera.
Oh, maybe she comes back in the past.
Yeah, she
Could
could
be.
come back and see. Oh no. Well,
that is interesting.
I mean,
If if she's gone, does she still travel through time?
Maybe Clementine could travel back to a time where her aunt is alive still and track her down.
Mm.
I
yeah,
thought that would have
once,
already
yeah.
happened, but maybe they're saving it.
Yeah.
I think she wants it to. Wait, what's her name? Oh yeah, Clementine.
Lemon.
I want to say like Hannah. Like, no.
Let's just switch it to Hannah and James.
So like after he moves out and her aunt's back from the when they're back from the vacay,
Mhm.
and she could go visit her.
Oh, yeah. What if she has to make a choice between like seeing James one more time and her aunt, and then she's like, I need to know what happened to my aunt? I don't know.
Oh, she picked her aunt, no problem.
Which I
She
wonder if
definitely
her
picked
aunt
that.
will know she's dead already.
Yeah, that's got to be something you got to be careful about. Like,
Right.
hey, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, like let's, yeah, that could get messy as you mentioned, Paola.
I'm sure they'll end up together in the end.
That
Can
kind
they
of
though?
book.
Oh yeah, can they?
Yeah, in the present, why not?
That's true. I think the only reason why the aunt and Vera didn't was because they both wanted different things.
Yeah, they changed.
Also, just homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Or that too, yeah.
Yeah, that is also true.
Like, didn't they say like Vera didn't want to, like she just wanted a like a conventional life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
She wanted kids, and I assume that it was like probably like the 80s, right?
seems like it, yeah.
So definitely a very conservative time for
Yeah.
LGBTQ people.
Yeah, and she seemed to like her travel and independence.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so funny though, like so when she was with Vera, she could not they couldn't travel together. They were just in the apartment, but still fell in love.
maybe it was like them, like from Vera was from the past, and then she found Vera like in the present, and she wasn't the same person, and then from there it's like, oh, we're not gonna happen, I guess.
Like their feelings weren't strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
Saying they have more chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like there's a
Hope
lot of
it's a good ending.
go.
So one more section to go.
Woo!
Woo! Do you guys have book suggestions?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes, I put mine in the chat. I can
Oh
cover
yeah.
it.
Yeah. I
Should
like that.
I cover it first?
Yeah. If you want to go for it. I'll start.
Okay, give me a second. Let me pull it up. So yeah, I pitched this one in January, no, December for January.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that it was her first book, so it qualified. So okay, I'll skip the beginning part just because it's kind of
Long.
sorry, I'm cooking. I'll just get into the plot. In the grip of a panic attack, um, oh wait, no, sorry. 44-year-old Alice Holtzman is stuck in a dead-end job, bereft of family, and now reeling from the unexpected death of her husband. Alice has begun having panic attacks whenever she thinks about how her life hasn't turned out the way she dreamed. Even the beloved honeybees she raises in her spare time aren't helping her feel better these days. In the grip of a panic attack, she nearly collides with Jake, a troubled paraplegic teenager with the tallest mohawk in Hood River County, while carrying 120,000 honeybees in the back of her pickup truck. Charmed by Jake's sincere interest in her bees and seeking to rescue him from his toxic home life, Alex surprises herself by inviting Jake to her farm. And then there's Harry, a 24-year-old with debilitating social anxiety who is desperate for work. When he applies to Alice's ad for part-time farm help, he's shocked to find himself hired. As an unexpected friendship blossoms amongst Alice, Jake, and Harry, a nefarious pesticide company moves into town, threatening the local honeybee population and illuminating deep-seated corruption in the community. The unlikely trio must unite for the sake of the bees, and in the process, they just might forge a new future for themselves.
Wow, I like it. Sounds really interesting. I like an ecological.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Girl. Okay. Who else has the book?
I have Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Since I think this year
Love it.
was her 250th anniversary or something, or birthday.
Wow.
What is it about? Set in late 18th century England, Sense and Sensibility centers on sisters Eleanor and Mary Ann Dashwood, whose lives are turned upside down when their father passes away suddenly, leaving them penniless and with reputations at stake.
I almost bought that book at Barnes and Noble. Like the little cute edition ones.
Yeah, I haven't read that one.
Me either. That's
The movie is also really cute, and it has Snape as a romantic lead,
Ooh.
the actor,
Ooh.
and Hugh Grant and Kate Winslet and Emma Thompson. It's
Oh,
a really
wow, that
cute
sounds
movie.
super good.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I've never read it either, but I had that on my mind that it was her 250th birthday. And I figured like we've done classics before and then Women's Month in March. So I'm like, oh, I think this one seems like a good fit.
I like that.
Can pitch mine. I'm gonna pitch Anthony. I say Bourdain. Kitchen Confidential.
Ooh.
No, get me. I need my chocolate. Okay. Almost 2 decades ago, The New Yorker published a now infamous article, Don't Eat Before You Read This, by then little-known chef Anthony Bourdain. Bourdain spared no one's appetite as he revealed what happens behind the kitchen door. The article was a sensation, and the book it spawned, the now classic Kitchen Confidential, became an even bigger sensation, a mega bestseller, frankly confessional, addictively acerbic, and utterly unsparing. Bourdain pulls no punches in this memoir of his years in the restaurant business. Fans will love to return to this deliciously funny, delectably shocking banquet of wild but true tales of life in the culinary trade from the chef Anthony Bourdain, laying out his more than a quarter century of drugs, sex, and hot cuisine. This
Whoa.
time with never before published material. Oh yeah, I think they updated it.
Oh.
My coworker read it and she liked it.
That sounds
I loved him so much. I was so sad when he died. Like, I was so sad. I watched his show all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched one of his shows he was on. Again, like you're just living the dream, like mental health.
mental health.
I don't think
wonder.
he gets into it in this book really, but
Yeah, he killed himself like many years later. So this is like when he was still really young.
yeah, because did he write a book more recently, like talking about that? I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't, maybe. He was definitely more famous for his TV shows towards the end.
Yeah.
There's like, he did an episode on Koreatown in LA where I lived for a while, and I went to like several places that he recommended, and I still go to this dumpling place that he recommended.
Nice.
I wonder if the author for the 7 Year Slip was kind of inspired for that. Just because it's like chef and books about, I mean, not really what you described, but
Right.
like cookbooks and stuff like that. And then they mentioned him in the book.
Mm-hmm. For the restaurant industry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was really influential. Like now chefs are viewed as like stars and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that really got popular with Anthony Bourdain.
So we have one, two, three.
I'm gonna do Olga Dice Dreaming.
Wow. Wait, is
Um,
that?
yeah, this one.
It's the
So
same
she,
author as the other book we read, right?
yeah.
That was her
You guys
first
haven't
book?
read it, right? Yeah, that was her first book.
I read it,
Eh,
but I don't mind reading it again. It's
Oh, you did? Oh,
good, I think.
because I had seen I think it was a YouTube video about, she was talking about her writing process, and she talked about this book a lot. So I ended up buying it. But yeah, so it's 2017, and Olga and her brother Pedro Prieto Acevedo are both face names in their hometown of New York. Prieto is a popular congressman representing their gentrifying Latinx neighborhood in Brooklyn, while Olga is a Tony wedding planner for Manhattan's power brokers. Despite their alluring public lives, behind closed doors, things are far less rosy. Sure, Olga can orchestrate the love stories of the 1%, but she can't seem to find her own until she meets Mateo, who forces her to confront the effects of long held family secrets. Olga and Prieto's mother, Blanca, a young lord turned radical, abandoned her children to advance a militant political cause, leaving them to be raised by their grandmother. Now, with the winds of hurricane season, Blanca has come barreling back into their lives. Set against the backdrop of New York City in the months surrounding the most devastating hurricane in Puerto Rico's history, Xochitl Gonzalez, Olga Dice Dreaming is a story that examines political corruption, familial strife, and the very notion of the American dream, all while asking what it really means to weather a storm.
Cover
Is she
is
the
so
one that
cool.
did Anita de Monte? Was that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds kind of New York and the political and was it the 1%?
Yeah, I loved that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crystal, do you have a book? Oh no.
I do not.
Okay. That's okay. I will do this. Although I don't want to pitch it now because I like your guys' options.
I like that they're all very different. That makes
Yeah.
it harder to pick than if like they're all romance or something.
Um,
They're-
especially because I want to read Sense and Sensibility. I've never read that one. And I also really like the Bees one, which I think was one of the top ones the last time we had it.
That's very unique.
Or one of the top ones for me. I was gonna do, I don't have the book with me, but I've been wanting to read Abby Jimenez's books. And since
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't read any, I was like, I'll do the first one. It's called The Friend Zone. So she's the one that does Just for Summer
Mhm.
and something.
I've read one of her books. I forget what it was called.
What is it? Yours Truly or something? Part of Your World is one of them.
Mhm.
Just for Summer, I think, is the one that just came out last year. But this one is The Friend Zone. Apparently, it was her first one. I think she does series, which I don't know how I feel about that. But but it goes, Kristen Peterson doesn't do drama, will fight to the death for her friends, and has no room in her life for guys who just don't get her. She's also keeping a big secret, facing a medically necessary procedure that will make it impossible for her to have children. Planning her best friend's wedding is bittersweet for Kristen, especially when she meets the best man, Josh Copeland. He's funny, sexy, never offended by her mile-wide streak of sarcasm, and always
Mhm.
has and always one chicken enchilada ahead of her hangry. Even her dog, stuntman Mike, adores him. The only catch, Josh wants a big family someday. Kristen knows he'd be better off with someone else, but as their attraction grows, it's harder and harder to keep him at arm's length. The friend
Oh.
zone will have you laughing one moment and grabbing for tissues the next as it tackles the realities of infertility and loss with wit, heart, and a lot of sass.
Okay, this is the one I read.
Oh, did you like
As
it?
soon as, yeah,
Okay. As soon as I said infertility. I'm just kidding.
if it was kind of like this one where it wasn't
Okay.
too long. It was like pretty quick.
Okay, so don't pick mine. I'm gonna read that on the side.
No, 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 pick it. I'll read it again. I read it like 4 years
Okay.
ago. It was a while ago.
No, I'll still put it on there, but like go for the others because I want to read the others.
Yeah, Judith, if you pick that one, you get into, you're gonna have to wait and draw it out 1 month.
I'll still put it on there though. But yeah, there's a lot of books. I almost wanted to do Carrie by Stephen King, but I think Karina has read that one. I know. And I
That's
was
a
like, I
good.
think it's too early for
I
book
don't
thriller.
mind reading that one again. That was so good.
Or
It's not long.
what's that author we like with the romance?
Is it Taylor?
No, like the male author.
Nicholas Sparks?
Yeah, what's
His
his
first one was
debut?
The Notebook.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. We probably all
Yeah,
read that.
I haven't read it, but since I saw the movie, it's like I picture the movie and I
Too familiar.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I was going through like authors that I know and I was like, okay, like Taylor Jenkins Reid, I wanted to do hers,
Mhm.
but it was called Forever Interrupted and it just didn't sound as good since we had a really good one from hers and then we read what was that one? One True Loves, which wasn't good. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hmm.
that sounds like it would be like One True Loves. I'm not gonna do that.
Uh, what's Colleen Hoover's first one?
Oh, I didn't look that one. I didn't even look her up. I was like, nah. But let's see. What was hers? Book.
Self-published, slammed. Oh, it did become a
Oh,
bestseller though. I've never heard of that one. So.
not me either. Slammed. Want me to throw that one in there? I'm just kidding. For the
I don't
drama,
mind the Stephen King one.
Stephen
want
King
me
is
to
Yeah.
throw
super
Carrie in
good.
there? I can throw Carrie in there.
I think that was his first one, right? And it's not long.
Yeah.
And that one's very, very different than anything we've
Mm,
read by him. I can say that.
That's a movie, right?
It's a
yeah.
movie and it has a remake. The movies are a good representation of the
Is the
book.
book spooky?
It's creepy, but in a different way. I don't think it's scarier than anything else we've read by him, if that helps, in case some people don't like scary. But
Here's the thing. His 1974 debut novel tells the story of Carrie White, a bullied high schooler who discovers she has telekinetic powers.
hmm
Tormented by classmates and repressed by her religious mother, Carrie uses her powers for revenge at her senior prom after a cruel prank. The novel explores themes of teenage anger, social exclusion, shame, and bodily change.
yeah. Also, like something that happens in the book, I
Good
think it's like a pop
night.
culture thing. So, night.
Good night.
That one's also a very famous movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's worth watching to like know the cultural references. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll throw it in. Okay. So I'll send out the list. I'll work on it right now so we can just get that done.
Thank you, Judith.
Yeah. And I'll see you guys on Sunday.
Okie dokie.
Have a good rest of your week.
Buenas noches.
Adios.
Buenas noches.
Bye.
Oh, I don't know how to end this. Oh, there you go.
Bye.
Bye.